Hello, hello. My name is Juji. Welcome to my channel. This is HD by Z. If you're new here, I do videos mostly about relationships and the human design system itself. I also do interviews with people I've worked with in the past, and this video is a montage of those interviews, talking mostly about how people have learned to be in relationships in a different way through this system. But before we get into all of that, I just want to remind you all that if you want to work with me, all of my info will be in the show notes. You can also get in touch with me at HD by Z on Instagram. I'd love for you to DM me with any questions, or if you just want to chat, I'd love to hear from you. I also want to announce that this month on the Beehive, which is my online community for women, I have incredible guests joining us, and I have a few lined up for January and February too. So this is a great time to join. On December 12th, Mariah Stanton will be joining me, who is the youngest person ever certified by Ra Aruhu to do human design readings at age 16. And my dear friend John will be joining us to talk about plant medicine and how opening up your heart and mind can pair really well with studying the human design system. And these are all going to be live Zoom calls, which is what you get with your subscription to the Beehive service. All right, so today's video is all about people and relationships and what you can learn about how to not take things so personally, how to honor the people in your life, and how to honor yourself when it comes to other people. I hope you enjoy these clips.
Deep connections with these relationships that I have, but sustaining them was difficult. I always felt rejection in some sort of way, they're taking things personal, being very sensitive. And then also feeling not good enough. So I had a habit of getting, enjoying somebody and then taking space and then going back to them and kind of this back and forth thing. And then, we, get back together again and etc. And I always felt like I had to do work on myself in order to be in this relationship. So I'd go and do my work and then I'd come back and say, look at me. Am I lovable now? Can you commit to me now? Because I did all this work. Will you love me now? And it was just not these patterns that I kept doing until I realized what I wanted and what I was allowing. What I wanted, I didn't think that I could get because I wasn't XYZ. And so I had to burn that. And once I realized I can get this thing and I feel it and I see it and I taste it, I knew what I had to just close some doors because energetically it wouldn't happen. So I ended these relationships in very loving ways. And I was set free, and man, it felt really, really good.
I have chills. That's such a big deal.
And I called in exactly what I wanted. And yeah, he came.
I remember I really wanted to know, what kind of eater am I? And then if I could find out what kind of eater he was, because we were butting heads on that a lot. And it was just one of those everyday small things that was getting in the way of our connection.
Megan's a consecutive eater, which is one ingredient at a time, and it is much more bent towards meat eating. And you're an indirect eater who's here to eat out of UV rays. So during the night hours is when you're here to have your big meals, and it's also not so predicated on meat. And one of the most homogenizing things in our world is mealtime.
So that right there made a big difference right away. If we were pretty much vegan, and that was not suiting me well.
Learning about human design and then the ways that we connect have definitely, like he said, strengthened our relationship. It's helped build a foundation. I feel that's more stable for us to stand on. And I think it's also made some of these harder times or challenging times like easier for us to like laugh about, like third line. Third line life, like anytime shit's hitting the fan or something's like going astray, it's just like nothing to do, third line life. But yeah, and then not taking things personally, I think has been very beneficial.
Yeah, it's been very eye-opening.
I feel like I've become the most understanding person within the family, of able to like see different perspectives and why someone, rather than taking things personally, and hopefully helping others to not take things personally by being able to explain when there's a communication breakdown, why that's happening. Like you said, not everyone's, some people don't want to hear about it, but for me, it's really helpful to not take things personally, and also learn how to best communicate with them. And specifically, I think for my nieces and nephews, I have 8 nieces and nephews, and I really do try to support them through using the human design system, whether that is, I have a projector niece, she's really into fashion, so I'll often invite her to let me know what she thinks of my outfit, for example, or we'll go shopping. So I'm trying to help her flex that muscle of what it feels like to be invited.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Everybody I've talked to has had amazing insights about what they've learned. If you have any comments or questions, please drop them down below. I answer them, I promise. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to get notified every time I drop a new video. Until next time, ciao for now.